We have 7 wines that we serve with our label on them. We have 4 dries and 3 sweets. We have a Merlot. Normally during the summertime, we try to serve our lighter wines because of it's so hot. And then we have our Cab Sauv. Cab Sauv is the #1 selling wine in the world. So if you drink red wine, Cab Sauvignon is probably the one that you know about. Now, all of our muscadine wines, because muscadine grapes are a sweet variety of grape, all of them are fruity, and they have a natural sweetness from the noble grape. And this one we call Fishing Creek Red. Now, how do we get the name Fishing Creek Red? Now, in Warren County, there are precincts. And the precinct that we grew up in, that we farmed in, was called Fishing Creek. And I thought it would keep everybody on the same page if we named it Fishing Creek. Why? Because it would always remind us of where we came from. So when you start getting the big head and thinking you're all of this and all of that, just get a glass of Fishing Creek and know that you came from a little precinct in Warren County called Fishing Creek. So that's our red wine, sweet red muscadine wine. Our last wine in a sweet wine is called Buck Springs. Buck Springs is a blend of the red and the white, a rosé. How did we get the name Buck Springs? Well, we're family oriented, and my mother's father, which would be my grandfather on my mother's side, was very instrumental in our growth and development when we were coming up. He always owned his land, and the farm that he owns about 40 acres. There was a highway that split the land. But on each side of the road, there was a spring. And so their source of water was a spring. So he would go down to the spring with the bucket, bring a bucket of water back and put it on the stand. And there was a dipper always hanging there by the stand. And so he would always get him a dipper full and drink it. That's the best water that I've ever tasted. When you drink Buck Springs, I want to remind you that this is the best wine that you will ever taste.